Hey, this is Dr. Sean over at Natural Body Works, and today we're going to talk about sciatica and a special muscle that I love the most, which is called the piriformis. Piriformis muscle is a kind of a secret muscle because people always just think it's the glutes, but I'll show you where it is, I'll show you how to stretch it, and how to get rid of some sciatic problem. Now, piriformis syndrome, okay, can actually mimic regular sciatica. Why do you say regular sciatica? Well, sciatica is just an inflammation or irritation of the sciatic nerve, which goes right out of the last three joints of the spine, right down through here, and travel down this way and straight down the back of the leg. Generally stops at the knee. Then it turns into two other nerves, and we'll worry about that later. But that can give you an indication of where their actual problem is if it's in the spine. If we have any problem with the reflexes, or we have a problem standing up on our tippy toes or standing up on our heels, that's a problem, and that needs to be checked. Maybe even have a lot of treatment. Okay, sometimes for me, when I see patients like that, that's kind of my determiner of how easy it's going to be for us. So, moving right along, there's another couple muscles to think about in this entire thing, and it's going to be the psoas muscle and the iliacus muscle, which is right here in the front. The psoas muscle actually starts up inside, way deep underneath all the guts and through here, right on the L1, L3, L5, and then it travels across the inguinal line, the groin right through here, and attaches inside. Its whole job is to do this. That's it. Bring the knee towards the chest. And it's tightest at that point. The piriformis works against it. So those two muscles have to be kind of balanced. If they're not, you can end up with all kinds of problems. How another way you can tell if the piriformis is the problem or not, if you're when you're standing and you're standing normal, start walking, one foot will start to go out. That's usually a sign of a piriformis issue. Now there are structural issues in there too. You got to look at the way the spine is aligned and the way the pelvis is aligned on the sacrum and all of that jazz. But right now let's start with muscle stuff. It's very easy. I'm going to show you a few stretches. So, number one stretch you want to start doing is make sure that you get the thighs open up, and that's going to be what we call the quads. Quad means four, like a quad runner. So, four muscles in that area. We have the rectus femoris, a straight one down the middle. We also have a couple others in there. The vastus, vas means wide, lateralis on the outside, vastus medialis on the inside here. They all start way up in here and then travel down across the knee. Across the knee. All muscles cross the joint, don't forget that. And then the fourth one is the vastus intermedius, which I like the most because everybody seems to forget about it. And because it's way out here, along with that vastus lateralis, people mistake it for the, what's that called? The iliotibial band all the time. Usually iliotibial band isn't a problem. It's non-contractile, so it shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't get tight, right? So it's the muscle. If you can get that muscle to roll off the bone in there, you know, and really kind of like dig at it and get it to roll away from the bone, then you get the best stretch. Other stretches you can do is just heel the buttock, just like this. There you go. Do that one, hold it for about a minimum of 15 to 20 seconds, and maybe push against it a little bit, and it should loosen up. So, anyway, whatever. Let's go to piriformis. I'm going to show you three ways. I think I can do it on this table. We'll see, and we'll go from there. But we're going to pretend we're going to do right side piriformis. Piriformis goes from underneath the sacrum right in through here, all the way across into the hip joint. Its job is to externally rotate the hip, and that can be a big problem if it tightens up. You're trying to walk with your toes in and stuff like that, or trying to go upstairs or whatever, or run. It can tighten up on you and cause a lot of problems. So, here we go. Number one, laying on your back. I'm going to use a table. You can use your bed. You can use the floor. More firm is better. But here we go. So if you're laying on your back like this actually works really nice. So you can see everything. You see the whole office in here. I don't know if you can see the window, but it's snowing like crazy out there. So if you take that the right knee, keeping both legs bent, pull it straight back to the same shoulder. I do this with people all the time. You know who you are. You're supposed to be doing these stretches anyway. Take the knee again. Hold it for about 10 seconds. Hold it until you can breathe normal, because you start to hide your breath or whatever, catch your breath. When I do it till you can breathe normal, bring it across towards the opposite shoulder. Hold that one. You should feel it through here. If you start pulling it down towards the floor, you'll feel it even more. You want to feel it even more than that because you're not feeling anything here? Straighten the opposite leg.
stretching all the way over. So here we are, this is progression, we're getting more and more stretch in this. Now, holding it with the same right hand, reach across with the left, grab your other foot, the right foot, and pull it up. Can you see how I do that? I get way up there, I can pull it even more down towards me, and then I can feel a totally difference in the way I feel that stretch in through this area as I go up and down with my leg. Okay? Do both sides every single time. You do one side, it gets all imbalanced and everybody gets all mad and everything. So just stretch it out real nice. You can go up this way. You want to find where it hurts so good. When it hurts so good is the sweet spot. If you can get that, you can get it start loosening it up. But remember, you want to get to that point where you're breathing normally. Part 2, sitting up. Take the knee this way. And what I do is, like if you're on your bed, okay, left leg would be off the bed, knee or foot hanging down. Put the right foot next to the left knee and have this one bent here. Now what I want you to do, you have to turn a little bit towards this way to show you, is put the center of your chest over the top of the knee. Get as far as you can. If you can get this far, that's fine. If it hurts like crazy, that means it needs to stretch. I'm very limber. I can usually get down here, no problem. Okay? You lay down like this, get that to open up. If I don't feel it, or if you're not feeling that, what I want you to do is imagine there's just like gauge points across all the way to the other foot. I want you to move slowly across towards the opposite knee. And you'll feel that stretch roll up and down in through the rump. That's how we can get more of the stretch going. It's going to recruit a lot more muscles than just the piriformis, which is fine. We want to loosen everything up, right? Next thing you can do if that's not working, straight down and through here, pull his foot out a little bit and get even more of a stretch. I start to feel it down and through here, down the leg. You might feel it differently. Sometimes I feel it down through here. You want to keep, don't let this fly up too much. Right, try to keep this low. Again, pulling over in through here. I feel it roll right down inside on the bottom, which is perfect. I want to do that. The more you get it out here, the different stretch you'll get. Way out here, this is like a hurdler stretch. I only feel it up behind the knee, but I need to feel this way up in here. So let's get that bend, lean right over the top of it. Again, both sides. Other leg off, foot next to the knee, call it like a figure 4 or something, and lean over the top. It's really quite easy to do. Now, if you want to, we can get into something a little bit more advanced, and I'll show you right now. It's a little bit harder to do. I hope you can see me on this one, but we're up on the table. I'd do this on the floor if I was you, but we get this leg back, okay? This is our, remember we're saying our problem side was most likely on the right. This is going to stretch the right piriformis, the left psoas, and iliacus. So right now here I am just sideways. I can feel it all through this area down through here. As I roll forward, I can feel a little bit more up in my hip. So you want to like explore the tension, explore that pain, and let yourself stretch into it. To get this full stretch here, I want to come all the way forward, get my hips, try and get this, keep the right hip on the floor if I can. Roll the left hip towards the right heel. Take a touch, you're in great shape. You can get all the way down again. We're doing really good. This is a good stretch. You can stretch this way, you can stretch this way, back and forth to get more of that. The spinal muscle, the paraspinals on the back. If you want to go way out in here, this way we can get that really to quite open up a lot. I can feel it all the way up into my thigh. But from here, we can get into what's called king pigeon pose. This is our yoga pose. It's probably the best one. I think this is the one that saved me. This is what I use for when my sciatica flares up. And yes, I know I'm a chiropractor, but that's why I do these stretches, because I know how to keep out of the trouble. Okay? Coming through here, hands up on the knee. As we roll up like this, you can see my rump right there. Watch it, we relax it, we can get further and further up. Keep the shoulders perpendicular to the body. Try and keep that foot stretched out. Just try to like play with your alignment. There might be ways you can only do it this way or only do it this way. That's fine. We want to work towards this. You can't get it. If you can't get it, you can't get it. Work towards it. If you can't get from here all the way down, then change it. Maybe you can only get to here for now. We'll work towards it. Do that stretch from here all the way across this way. Okay, whichever ones you can do. When you stand up afterwards, always shake out your legs, let them loosen up a little bit, do some like pelvic twists or something like you're doing a hula hoop, and that should
loosen that up. So that's my best set right there for piriformis sciatica, and even numbness that goes down to the feet. Other ones you can do it sitting. You can come up this way, just like you're always told not to cross your legs, right? Cross your legs right across, do the right side again. Lean forward as if you're trying to tie your left shoe. You'll feel that one in there. Sometimes you can get in here and just do this way, because it's so tight you can't even do any of them. I want you to loosen this section up through here. Push that down. Remember, that's a psoas iliacus anyway. So get that one stretched out. Stretch forward if you're sitting. Lean across towards knee towards the chest, or chest towards the knee in this case. If you're doing back on your back, knee towards the chest, knee across the chest, pulling foot up, all that stuff. This is easy. So if you can do these and get yourself out of pain, there's people like me too. I've had this where I've been completely incapacitated sitting on the floor, where I can't get up. I have to pull myself up by my hair. And doing these stretches will help. Now, last but not least on this one too, if those you cannot do, or you're thinking you can't do them, here's what I want you to do. You lie on your back, just like this, okay? Put one hand on top of your tummy and one hand below your tummy, and when you breathe in, I want you to push your hand up and make sure that there's enough space underneath you, so you're making a little bit of an arch. You can see my fingers under there as I breathe in. As I breathe out, this hand helps push down, and I pull my hips up, smashing that hand underneath. This one here. I'm getting smashed underneath. So my pelvis is rotating back and forth as I breathe. Breathing in this way, make belly big. Breathing out, push belly down. Okay, squeeze the butt cheeks together, basically. So when you start doing that, that takes the disc, and you can see some of the other parts I did, the other videos I did on discs and stuff like that, but it takes the disc, which should sit like this, right, and slowly, as we breathe, moves them this way. And that space between the disc will start getting like squished, right? It'll start moving, it'll start getting more pliable. Joints move depending on what they're being used for. If you don't use them, you lose them, right? So it's movement is life to the joints. That is my big motto. Actually, movement is life to everything, but whatever. Movement is life to the joints. If you do not move the joints properly, if they're not in alignment, and they don't move through their full range of motion, they're going to seize up on you. Your body's lazy. It'll just solidify it and let you do something else. So, anyway, this is Dr. Sean over at Natural Body Works here in Parker on a nice snowy evening in February. So, I hope you guys are doing really well. Let me know if I can do anything for you. Okay, if you have any other ideas or any problems, let me know. We can get you in there. There's a lot of other stretches you can do. I want you to be able to take care of yourself first, right? And then you can take care of everything else. But if you can't take care of yourself, who's gonna? So let's get you taking care of yourself. I can help you as best I can, and we'll go from there. So give us a call. Don't forget at the bottom down here to subscribe, whichever one it was. Like it, comment, send me information, whatever you do. Share it, please. I mean, share it somewhere. And name people. I can't name people because of HIPAA and all that stuff. I'd like to name you, but you know who you are because I've talked to you. And I've told you to do your stretches. And every time you come in, you go, oh yeah, those stretches. Here's the video. So I can do it 1,000 times. Well, you can hit it 1,000 times. Put it on loop. There's a way you can do it in the settings here. You put it on loop and you can watch me do this like all day. And I can do it kind of like as a proxy for you, so where you learn by osmosis. Anyway, this is Dr. Sean. You guys have a good one. Take care. Bye.